Good morning. Sorry, it's a bit loud. Walking up the road. Okay, so I've got Daryl off school. He threw up all over the bed last night. As most of you know, he crashes in my bed. He still co-sleeps to me. I have no issue with that. He was very fidgety when I went to bed last night. And then he was a bit warm as well. And yeah, about 1:30, he started being sick. He was lying on his back, started being sick, sat up and threw up all over the bed. So had the dog being sick as well, which wasn't very nice. She's at the groomers this morning, she's alright. But so yeah, I've got him off. He's got temperature, I think. So it's going to be a long couple of days. So I had to go down the road this morning because I'd booked to do a room inspection of my tenants. So Kyle, bless him, came up and sat at the house because Daryl was still out cold. So yeah, he just woke up. I went down and cleaned and then did a room inspection. Daryl's now awake, so I'm rushing back to see him. Hope he feels better today. I'm knackered. I am so tired. So yeah, it's going to be a quite subdued day, I think. Got to get my video up at some point for last week. It's not enough hours in the day sometimes. We're in isolation. Daryl's got coronavirus.
What?
Somebody said that their kid started off with the vomiting and the headache. She said you should test, and the school said we should test before sending him back in. So I did just now, and got a fake positive. So yeah, he's
Isolating.
he's got to stay at home. That really sucks, doesn't it?
Last time I got a negative result, which means I'm allowed to go out. But if I get the other one, that means I have to isolate.
And you got the positive, didn't you?
Correct.
Yeah. So he's really annoyed because he's like, you know, wants to see MJ and his friends and all of that lot, and it's just like, oh, for heaven's sake, do you know what I mean? Thankfully he's not been sick anymore. He's managed to eat a little bit. He's got a headache though, and he feels warm to the touch, but according to the thermometer he doesn't have a temperature. So yeah, fingers crossed it doesn't last long. Go on back in the other room because you were watching telly. It's just like typical, isn't it? I had 101 things I needed to get done this week. So I've contacted everybody that was at the party he was at yesterday and said, you know, he's been exposed, that you should know. And I've contacted the school and told them and said, you know, I don't know if you want to let the rest of the class know, because obviously he's been in close contact with some of the kids yesterday, and now they've gone in and they've been in contact with some of the other kids, and I'm looking at me and I'm flushed and I've got a headache. So I'll be doing my test once he's gone to bed. I can't fucking believe this. I was thinking, you know, I could have a lie in tomorrow, but I've got Dolly first thing in the morning. So, oh well, we'll see. Oh, good, lucky. Early night tonight, I think. Absolutely shattered. And not very hungry, which is another reason why I'm thinking I need to test. Oh well. It's not one thing, it's another, hey. I really hope I haven't got it, because I heard yesterday that my tattoo's been rebooked for the 1st of February. And that's only in like a week. Well, that's 24th. So yeah, it's in about 8 days. And if I test positive, I'm not going to be able to get it done. Lovely. I'll let you know. Hello. Yes, it's Thursday. Yes. It's occurred to me that I haven't actually been vlogging, but that's because I haven't been doing anything. We are housebound at the moment because I don't know, I can't remember what I've told you, so I'm just gonna recap. Sunday we went to a birthday party for one of Daryl's friends, and 1 o'clock the following morning Daryl vomited all over the bed. He was hot to the touch, and so yeah, I emailed the school and said, he's just been sick. I'm assuming now I've got to keep him off until 48 hours have passed. And they emailed back and said, yes, you do. Also, he needs a COVID test before he comes back to school. Which I thought was a bit strange, And then a friend of mine left a comment on a Facebook post that I did and said that's how COVID had started with her youngest. So I was like, oh. So about 5 p.m. on Monday, we did a COVID test, and the test line came up straight away, as it does. And then about a minute later, another line appeared. I was like, oh my God. And yeah. So we are basically stuck inside the house until, I can leave, because I'm double jabbed and boosted, but obviously I can't leave him here on his own. So the most I can do is pop over to the shop. I can't go anywhere else. He's too young to be left inside. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, so what have his symptoms been? He's had a headache. That's it. That's all he's had. And it's been quite a mild headache. It hasn't stopped him doing anything. He's also been hot to the touch, like when you touch his face and that. He feels like he's got a fever, but his temperature's been 36. It's been no higher than, I think the maximum it went up to was like 37.6. So, yeah, he's not really had many symptoms. So I can start testing him again at the weekend. I hope, excuse me, I'm not sleeping very well at the minute, and I hope that he hits the early window, the early release, I'm hoping I don't catch it, because next week I have a tattoo booked, I have a nail appointment booked, and I'm picking up my new glasses, and obviously I won't be able to do any of those if I test positive at all from now, really. Because it's Thursday, which would mean Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I would possibly make the nail appointment, but I would miss the tattoo appointment. And I would be really, really pissed off about that. So, yeah. Hi. It's my cat. It's my phone. Say hi, Biscat. Hello. Do I want to come for lovies? Elsa? Elsa? Come on. Come and give me lovies. This bitch wakes me up at 2 o'clock in the morning when she wants lovies. But when I want lovies, she just glares at me. Come on then. Hi. Do you want your pillow to sit on? There you go. Come on then. She's like Bagsied this pillow as hers. Hi. Oh, she's a beautiful pussycat. And she's like, you may love me, human. I will allow you to. We've got a litter tray in the house now for her because she's like quite elderly. I was talking to my sister. She used to belong to my sister. Let's see. Right. Let's timeline for those of you that don't know. In 1998, I moved down to the big house. That's when we bought the big house. And my sister moved into here with her 2 children. And that's how we all lived until 7 years ago. Then my sister decided that she wanted to move out of here, and that her children, it was about time her children went, their own way and sort of thing. They're adults, and so my sister rented a room down in the big house for a while, and I moved back up here. This cat used to belong to my sister, and she's lived here all her life. Now, for a while, we did try and get her to move down to the big house, but she didn't like it. She doesn't like a lot of noise. She doesn't like a lot of people, and she really, really struggled with it. So, Alex, give her a lot of love, and eventually persuaded her to start coming back in here because she was a bit wary because obviously she doesn't know us. I don't socialise with my sister a lot. So, she started, and she's always been a man's cat, but just recently she started sleeping on my bed. So I was having a chat with my sister and I said, how old is Elsa? And she said, I got her when my son was about 6. Her son is the same age as Alex, who's 25. So that puts her at quite an old lady, doesn't it? Are you quite an old lady? I don't know if you can hear her, she's purring like a loon. So, I'm like, she doesn't like going out in the winter. She never has. Well, she hasn't for as long as she's been living back with me. And, do you? So, we put a litter tray in the bathroom the other week, didn't we? It's been in there a couple of weeks. And she's had absolutely no issues switching to being an indoor cat. Have you? Hey? You beautiful girl. And she spends most of her time asleep on my bed now, which is very unusual. Being as she never used to come in here. Never. But I don't know whether it's because Daryl sleeps in here. And she's like, I love the small human. Because she's a man's cat, She's leaning into my hand completely, the eyes shut and purring and that other things. Oh. She's like, wait, hand, give me the loves. So she basically spends all her time in here. So we put a litter tray in the bathroom, and she's been fine, haven't you? Are you beautiful? Are you? But she has taken to sometimes waking me up in the middle of the night when she wants lovies. And she'll go around the top of the bed and then she'll come and sit down here next to my pillow and yell in my face until I wake up and give her loves. Yeah. And she seems quite content, really. Yeah. She curls up with Daryl when he goes to sleep, and it's kind of cute, really. Yeah, you're a cutie girl. Getting all mellow in your old age. I suppose when summer comes, I won't see you for dust. You'll be sleeping outside again like you normally do. Update on the dog. She's okay. She's still plodding along. She's almost completely blind now. She struggles more in the dark. Her distance vision's completely gone. She's got like a big gap where she can't actually see. So, and if it's right in her face, she can't see anything. So, she, when it's time for her to go out, she stands halfway up the hallway, and I have to open the back door and stand there and freeze while she debates whether the door's open or not. And it doesn't matter whether you go, come on, she won't come to the door and wait for you to open it. you know. And it's like coming back in, she takes a giant leap up the steps, and it's like, why'd you do that? She doesn't do that downstairs. If she's coming up the stairs at night, she doesn't do that. She like walks to the steps and paws at it until she finds the bottom step. But outside, she leaps from like fucking 10 feet away, and inadvertently, nearly every time, smacks into the steps. I've tried everything. I've tried shining a torch, short of going out there and getting her, which in itself is a pain in the ass because, hang on, I'm sliding, because she still does this massive jump when I go out there and get her. You're going to come here and have lovelies on my lap. She's like, well, I'm thinking about it. Come on then. Oh, it's a big yawny girl. Come on then, it's a good girl. When you go to pick her up, I don't know if she thinks she's helping or not, but she does this massive jump, and I nearly drop her every single time. It's really annoying. But I don't know what else to do. She wouldn't walk on a metal ramp, so there's no point putting a metal ramp out there. And I think if I put a wooden one out there, it's just going to degrade in the rain. I know she wouldn't walk on a metal ramp because she won't walk on like metal drain covers and all that kind of thing. This is where she goes. She goes here, like next to my pillow, don't you? And that small spot right there is where she goes when she wants love from me. I suppose because I sleep facing this way out. Yeah, silly girl. Hey? You're a silly girl. Hey. What are you wanting? Oh. But you can use this cat as a pillow and she absolutely loves it. Oh, yeah, you stupid. Show everybody your stupid face. Stupid face. Resting bitch face. Look. But yeah. So I don't know. Adjusting to life with a blind animal is really actually quite hard. I didn't realise how hard it was going to be. You know. So I have to keep saying to Daryl, don't leave toys in the middle of the floor because she just, barrels straight over them. Right, it's 10:47. I'm not dressed, so I'm going to get dressed, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Read, I suppose. I'm basically spending my days stepping and reading while Daryl either plays Minecraft, watches Minecraft, or whatever. So yeah.